What's going on, guys? Short story. Years ago, I went to a lunch, as we often do, a little tribal marker. We have classes on Saturdays, and very frequently, myself, some of the other instructors, black belts, whoever's available, open invite for the most part, will go get snacks. Sometimes it's me and one other person. Sometimes it's been 12 people, right? And one of my younger instructors was expressing some frustration with expectations, reality with regards to work. And one of the more senior slash, this person's also been around the sun more times than other people, right? So both senior in collecting of years and senior in terms of ranks, imparted this bit of wisdom to this younger individual. Any job that you have to do is worth doing well. That is its own statement. And weirdly, because this person was kind of talking about how a good enough effort, words that make my teeth itch, a good enough effort was just fine, and I had to learn how to accept that, or other people had to learn how to accept that. And that was rebuffed during the course of this conversation. And it's like, take personality aside, take individuals aside. If there is a job that is worth doing, it is worth doing to the absolute best of your ability. Perhaps the job is beyond your abilities. That becomes a training question, right? But if you're going to put your time and effort and energy into creating a final product, it doesn't matter if it's a piece of paper at work that your boss needs. It doesn't matter if it's a spreadsheet. It doesn't matter if it's a piece of woodworking or construction of a building. It doesn't particularly matter what the thing is. What matters is that you take all of your effort, your skills, your concentration, and your focus, putting other things aside, to make sure that job is done well and completely. And old guy shouts at cloud meme, right? I feel like these days that is one of the more lost ethos. We've very much got a fast, my app does this good enough, fast enough, et cetera, et cetera. And I gotta be honest, I like using AI, run a business. It's doing a lot of great stuff. I can't wait till Rosie the robot is folding my laundry at home, because I do not like folding laundry. The hope is we have humans still doing the highest quality of potential work in a time and era where speed and oftentimes overlooking of quality has become the metric by which we live our lives. Not just our work, not just our progress, but we want to rush through things. My dad has a joke. My dad has a lot of jokes. He's a very wry sense of humor. Maybe I'll have him on one of these podcasts one of these days. I'd really like to do that. Be a little weird, but it'd be kind of cool. My dad has a joke. He goes, Americans are so consumed by the calendar that they lose track of everything else. And so we have a running joke in here. People come in there and they're like, well, they're in their first class or second class. Well, how long to a yellow belt? And I kind of laugh and I go, my dad likes to joke that Americans are very consumed by the calendar and the correct time and the correct age. And the answer is when you're ready. Is there an average time for that? Yeah, sure, somewhere between 3 to 5 months, right? The rock stars who are super into it from day one, 3 months. The ones who are like kind of getting their feet underneath them, 4 months, and the ones who kind of like are dragging along 5, 6, 7 months, whatever. Whatever the right amount of time is for you to make progress. Because the progress, the expectation that we are going to uphold here as instructors and coaches, you have to meet it. It's not going to meet you. And I think, to that original conversation we had at lunch years ago, I think that may be the lesson that we need to be working on spreading out there. Old guys, gray beards, and old, women who've earned their rank and their time by putting their dues in. We have such a fast-paced society these days, and it's sure as hell not slowing down. Perhaps for us, the reminder of, guys, this is the bar, and it's your job to come up to the bar. Coming up to here and saying good enough does not reach this level of necessity, need, or quality. And we don't want to allow ourselves, because it is incredibly easy. We are a society that seeks convenience, right? It's incredibly easy for us to create a convenient excuse for a lesser product, and in my mind, in many cases, existence. That's not a thing that I like to encourage. It's not a mindset that we like to approach here. We have standards. you reach the standards. That's how it works. If you don't reach the standards, no harm, no foul, we'll go back to practice. We will put our time and effort and energy into making sure that you, the product, right? I'm not the product here. I'm not. My coaches aren't even the product. A lot of people talk about that in a marketing sense, and I can see the argument to it. The students and their actual progression is the product, and that's the task, and that's the goal, and that's really the only thing we care about. Doesn't matter if they're 5 years old or 55 years old. So I would love to hear your mindset around this for you guys if you got a chance to comment down below. But again, that really simple concept, guys, if there's a job worth doing, it's worth doing well.